preparing. How is Rwanda? How does Rwanda look? And now here we are. You have seen the beauty, all the beauty of Rwanda, and we hope that you have experienced most of its riches. Here we are at last for the closing ceremony of the 69th IFMSA General Meeting, General Assembly 2020. Allow me to welcome one of our respected, how would I say it? We respect him, we admire him. He has taken us this far. He has got the courage to lead the OC to reach this far. As the OC, we fed into his dream. He had made us believe that this is possible. Please join our hands to welcome Tabimana Claude, the OC chair.
Thank you very much for this nice blanket and this nice cake I have here. It looks unofficial, but I really appreciated this gift. The IFMSA family, dear guests, our sponsors, dear supporters, it is with a great pleasure for me to say in a few words at the end of this event. First and foremost, allow me to express my warm thanks to our government through the Ministry of Health, Rwanda Convention Bureau, who unceasingly supported all our activities and propels us to even greater heights. We would also like to express high gratitude to all our sponsors who are present in this room, including but not limited to UNFPA Rwanda, Health Development Initiative, and others who are present in this room. So we are also grateful for La Palace Hotel Nyamata for have hosted us and accepting to host this greatest event, and delegates, and they were able to adjust to all changes we imposed them to do to host this great family. So we are in debt to all delegates who came from all around the world and were open to embrace changes as they reach here, and we appreciate all their kind remarks about our country. So on this, I would also like to recognize countries who were not able to be here because of different barriers, including delegates who could not travel because of the current burden of the 2019 coronavirus. So we couldn't possibly go home without mentioning the tremendous performance of the organizing committee who are sitting in this room. On this point, I would like to call upon all members of the organizing committee to stand up, and I would personally like to recognize your sleepless days, despite being medical students, exams, clinical clerkship, and other barriers that you had, but you chose to make this event real and successful. Please raise up, and I would like to appreciate you. And also IFMSA family, help me to thank these great minds. Thank you. While the organizing committee is still up, so I would like to talk a little bit about them. In in the East Organizing Committee, which you were seeing here, it's made of, sorry, no, keep standing. So we have 50 members of the organizing committee, including volunteers. But among all this team, only few of them have been to the GA. I will say maybe 7 of them only have been to the GA. So you could not imagine how such team with, I would say, less experience with the GA could pull off and work tirelessly to make this event a success. So I really appreciate them. And I know some of you have missed some cuts, some assessments, but you will be able to fix that. But this shows how committed they were and how much sacrifice they made for us to be sitting in this tent. Thank you very much, the OC. So it has been a fantastic time since the pre-GA to the GA. Things have been achieved despite unfavorable weather conditions, which we all know here. With this remark, allow me to thank again our dear delegates for being compliant throughout all this. Our achievements were once dreams, some even were thought would never be real, but here we are at last. Closing this event of long time, wish we were all able to experience, I wish you were all able to experience this wonderful experience. I would like to also thank the team of officials, especially the executive board. They have been with us throughout this period. Through the ups and downs, they have been with us. Despite all odds, they have been supporting, giving us encouragement. I would like to specifically thank Neboja, the president of the IFMSA, and Hannah, the member of the supervising council, who were our contact person in IFMSA TO. They were so much helpful and accommodating. I really learned a lot from you. And I was joking with my people that if I were to join the TO, I will exactly know what I'm required of. Sleepless nights and a lot of emails. So I've really learned that from you. And I can now tell how hard you work to make this GA real. Thank you very much for your commitment. So as an NMO, our last notes, I would like to say that having achieved this proves that we are capable of much more. And ladies and gentlemen, dear delegates, thank you for making this wonderful event. And thank you for accommodating, despite all the odds, as I've been saying. And I wish, as we meet in Panama, we have same fruitful events and enjoy as we have been enjoying through all the GA. Thank you very much and have a wonderful night.
Yes, one big round of applause again for the OC chair. Thank you. We do acknowledge all his efforts for making this a great success. Thank you very much to Claude. Thanks to the OC chair for this great notes explaining how the OC worked, explaining how the members of the OC, and telling us that this is not the end, there is more to do, and there is more to achieve, and we have great potential to do that. Let me welcome one of our sponsors from HDI, Health Development Initiative, Dr. Rukundo. Please come on stage. As he comes, please give him a big round of applause.
Good morning. Are you tired? Yeah. So, dear IFMSA President, dear UNFPA representative, dear delegates, and ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor for me to be here representing the Executive Director of Health Development Initiative, Dr. Kagaba Aphrodis, who wished to be here but couldn't make it because of other commitments. It is very encouraging to see young people coming from different corners of the world to discuss the role of primary health care in advancing universal health coverage. I really recommend the work done by IFMSA and MEDSA to make sure that this meeting could take place in Rwanda and even other places that are going to follow. So as you all know, primary health care forms the foundation of health systems, and it ensures that all people stay healthy and get care when they need it. Primary health care is oriented around a vision of health for all. And this health systems paradigm was reorganized as critical to achieve universal health coverage as early as 1978 in the World Health Organization Alma Ata Declaration. And universal health coverage stipulates that high quality, affordable care be accessible to the entire population. At HDI, or Health Development Initiative, we envision a society in which everyone has the opportunity to enjoy the highest attainable standards of health and well-being, regardless of social, cultural, economic, or any other status. We use rights-based approach and build sustainable alliances to advocate for support, inclusive and friendly health policies and services for everyone regardless of social, cultural, economic, or any other status. We mainly focus on three main thematic areas: sexual reproductive health and rights. We have mainly focus on access to comprehensive, friendly, stigma-free sexual reproductive health information and services. We also focus on human rights and rights to health, especially the rights of key and vulnerable population. Lastly, we focus on community health development. So I don't want to take much of your time, but concluding my small remarks, I want to recognize the role of medical student associations in advancing universal health coverage. We've been working with MEDSA and other youth-led organizations in submitting or advocating for a neighboring environment for young people to access stigma-free sexual reproductive health services, of course with the support from the UNFPA and other stakeholders. We submitted a lot of petitions, policy briefs, and position papers to make sure that we are preventing or we are creating a neighboring environment for women and girls who are dying from unsafe abortions. And we submitted a lot of petitions to make sure that women who are involved in sex work are decriminalized. And it's been a success that all our petitions and position papers have been considered by the government. And we've had a lot of changes in the legal and policy framework. We have also worked with medical student associations, especially MEDSA, to conduct a lot of community awareness on various health issues, and we provided services to key and vulnerable population and other population that are located in hard-to-reach areas. So I want to reiterate our commitment to continue supporting the initiatives of medical student associations and other stakeholders in advancing universal health coverage. So as you go back to your respective countries, keep the discussion going on, keep this health equity movement going extra mile, engage your duty bearers and right holders until we achieve the global goal of universal health coverage, which is affordable access to quality health care for every person, everywhere. So enjoy your stay in Rwanda for those who are still with us, and safe travels for those who are traveling back home to your respective countries. I thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Atanas, for reminding us the role of medical students in providing community health awareness. We also thank you for not turning us down when we asked for sponsorship. Your fundraisers, most of them, know how hard it is to get a sponsor, so when you find those people, you really appreciate all they do. And we thank you for coming till this day, the closing day. Thank you very much. Thank you. Once again, we want to call another of our sponsors from UNFPA, a beautiful lady. She has been with us, helped us, advised us, and sponsored our event. Please help me welcome Mrs. Nyirasafari Dafros.
Dear President of International Federation of Medical Students Association, dear OC Chair and Organizing Committee members, representative of HDI, dear medical students, friends, all protocol observed. Good evening, good morning. On behalf of UNFPA representative, I'm delighted to be here with you tonight and address you on this important closing ceremony of the 69th International Federation Medical Student Association General Assembly, which discussed the role of primary health care in achieving the universal health coverage. UNFPA, the United Nations Reproductive Health and Rights Agency, collaborate with more than 150 governments, development partners, civil society, and private sector to achieve zero preventable maternal death, zero unmet need for family planning, and zero gender-based violence and harmful practices against women and girls across the globe by 2030, the Sustainable Development Goals time. This is done through health system strengthening at all levels, with a special attention to human resources for health, including low and middle level health cadre who are much involved in primary health care service delivery. It's obvious that medical students, medical doctors, nurses, and midwives are our lifelong partners. And we believe in interprofessional collaboration among health professionals, meaning nurses, midwives, and doctors, towards accelerating the achievement of universal health coverage and sustainable development goals. This conference came in opportune time for UNFPA, as we are still celebrating the 25th anniversary of ICPD, International Conference on Population Development, a landmark, ICPD 1994, that happened in Cairo that time, a landmark event in history of humanity in which the world committed to put women and girls at the center of the global development strategies. However, the ICPD vision is still far from reality. And that journey that began 25 years ago in Cairo is far from over. It's time now to finish that unfinished business. The interprofessional collaboration between medical students, medical doctors, nurses, midwives, even community health workers will remain key enabler if we have to achieve the universal health coverage and sustainable development goals. Since Cairo, maternal mortality is down 44% worldwide, meaning 4 million women are alive today who otherwise would have died in pregnancy-related. Good reason to celebrate. Dear participants, we are all here because we refuse to accept good progress as good enough. We insist that a promise made must be a promise kept to girls and women, boys and men, to everyone, and ensure universal access to primary health care toward achieving universal health coverage and SDGs. UNFPA believes that universal health coverage will never happen until we achieve universal access to sexual reproductive health and rights. The reproductive rights of women and girls are not up for negotiation, and we shall protect and uphold them. We will do it because the Sustainable Development Goals depend on it. We do it because we cannot hope to end poverty and hunger, to improve health and human well-being, to guarantee quality education, or achieve peace and prosperity until every woman, every girl can live a full equality with dignity and respect. Back in ICPD 25 Summit in Nairobi last November, 164 countries renewed 1,000 plus commitment to work together to achieve 3 transformative results as follows. 1, 0 preventable maternal death. 2, 0 unmet needs for family planning. And 3, 0 gender-based violence. Let our message be clear. 0 is the only acceptable target, and it is within our power to achieve, said Dr. Natalia Kanem, UNFPA Executive Director during Nairobi Summit last year. Dear President of International Federation Medical Student Association, distinguished partners, participants, dear medical students, dear friends, Rwanda has made tremendous achievement in reducing maternal mortality, as it has been dropped from 476 per 100,000 life births to 210 by 100,000 births between 2010 and 2015. And the maternal the neonatal mortality has reduced from 76 to 50 in the same period. Contraceptive prevalence rate has increased from 45 to 48, and we observe also a good decrease in total fertility rate from 4.6 to 4.6 in the same 4.2 in the same period. All these achievements demonstrate that how Rwanda is really working hard to achieve MDGs and now SDGs. So during the Nairobi Summit, Rwanda committed to endeavor to increase domestic budgetary allocation for health in line with the Abuja Declaration of 15%. And Rwanda committed also to ensure necessary legislative, policy, and strategic framework which provide for all persons to have access to quality integrated health services are in place. Thirdly, Rwanda committed to improve further service delivery, access and uptake of health services in order to increase antenatal attendance as per WHO guideline and decrease maternal mortality ratio from 210 below 70 per 100,000 life births by 2030 as per the Sustainable Development Goals target. Fourth, Rwanda committed to increase demand for adolescent sexual reproductive health services for all Rwandans through awareness raising, community engagement, education, and by expanding the number of health facilities that offer youth-friendly services. Number 5, Rwanda committed to improve further family planning services, access and uptake by increasing the number of health facilities, skilled health care providers, and by expanding the available contraceptive method mix, including emergency contraceptive, in order to decrease unmet need for family planning. And lastly, not least, Rwanda committed to strengthen governance system that use reliable, disaggregated family planning, adolescent sexual reproductive health data to inform planning, decision-making, and accountability. Dear medical student, dear friend, I urge you to go back and check the commitment that your respective countries made in Nairobi last November and discuss strategies for the implementation using a multidisciplinary approach which enhance interprofessional collaboration. The way forward from this General Assembly is to join hands as health professional and medical student and focus on one number only. And that number for UNFPA is number 0, is 0. 0 unmet need for contraception, so that every woman, every adolescent girl can decide for herself whether or when to get pregnant and how many children to have. zero preventable maternal deaths, so no woman in the world will have to die for want of reproductive health, and zero gender-based violence, so that zero cases of female genital mutilation, zero child and forced marriage. From this day forward, let us join hands to concern rape and sexual assault and femicide to the past. As I conclude, I commend the good collaboration and the leadership of MEDSAR, International Federation Medical Student Association, for preparing this impactful event. I wanted to congratulate also the government of Rwanda for hosting this conference and all its effort to avail affordable primary health care for all citizens. Today, we stand united to declare the time to act is now. Universal health care matters, SRH matters, as everyone matters. I thank you for your kind attention and wish you safe journey back home. Murakoze cyane.
Thank you very much, Ms. Dafos, for inspiring us through your speech and telling us that we have unfinished business. And this means we have to step into their steps and do what they did and do it even better. Please, many things have been achieved in this GA, and many people have been outstanding. Please allow me to welcome Sanya for the donation of certificates.
Hi all. So first we'll go with the Rex Crossley Award certificates. Third place goes to Lemsic Lebanon for Lemsic WOW. Can EMR regional team collect the certificate for Lemsic?
I would like to call Mohammed Mamdouh, EMR SCOF RA, who presented on behalf of LEMSIC. Mamdouh.
For the second position, IFMSA Morocco, kindly come up on the stage. And the first place for the Rex Crossley Award for March Meeting 2020 goes to Vital Signs, Our Planet, Our Health, SFGH UK. With the Rex Crossley Awards done, we go to Activities Fair. For the second place, we have two activities from two NMOs. Language Night from IFMSA Sweden. Education for the Whole Nation, IFMSA Morocco. If IFMSA Sweden and IFMSA Morocco can please come on stage to collect the second place certificates. IFMSA Sweden for Language Night. For the first place in Activity Fair, we again have two activities from two NMOs. Skori Goes Public from Chimzai Simki, and Iraqi Mentoring Program from IFMSA Iraq. Can we have Chimza and IFMSA Iraq on stage?
Hello, IFMSA Iraq.
You want to call your activity coordinator? Sorry? You want to call your activity coordinator? And for the next segment, we have Exchanges Fair certificates, and for which I call Gabby and Matthew.
Shall I start? Hello. Hi. Yes, you rock, guys. So, the Exchanges Fair is an exceptional moment for NMOs to promote their exchange program all around the world and show them all they have to offer, including but not limited to academic quality, social program, educational activities, and much more. This March meeting 2020 in Kigali, Rwanda, we had 91 NMOs present in the Exchanges Fair. And they were all sharing the best of their countries to the exchanges, incredible, amazing people.
So after a long evaluation done by 8 judges and the popular vote, we finally have the winners of the Exchanges Fair. So it is with great pleasure that we will call on stage the 3 winners and the winner of the popular vote. We kindly ask, however, only the NORI, the NEO, and/or the Exchanges representative to come on stage, and again, not the entire delegation. We apologize.
Okay, so third place goes to IFMSA Morocco. 60, 60, 60, 60. Okay. Okay, that was quite exciting. And I really love the excuse of public health exchanges and score exchange. They are smart people, yes. Okay, so second place goes to IFMSA Brazil!
All right, and then we have the first place, our big winner for tonight. The first place goes to...
I cannot hear you well. Please, louder. I'm dramatic. MSI India. The flag, the flag.
Okay, and the last award for Exchanges Fair, which is the popular vote. So the NMO that got the most votes from the NMOs, and they will receive our beautiful Oscar. The popular vote goes to...
Associamed Tunisia.
Okay, and then SCOF will present their SCOF Universal Health Coverage Award. So I ask Sarah and Blanca to come up on stage.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, everyone. Okay, so we are the SCOF International team. I am Sarah, the SCOF director.
And Blanca, SCOF Development Assistant.
So last year we celebrated the Universal Health Coverage Day. And we organized a Universal Health Coverage competition to award the best Universal Health Coverage activity in the IFMSA. And the awards are sponsored by the Universal Health Coverage Microgrant received from UHC 2030. And so we have one activity that was considered the best Universal Health Coverage activity. And the prizes are?
So the prizes are the manual that was created about the UHC simulation that was created last term, and also this book, The Road to universal health coverage, and the attendance of an international webinar that the IFMSA will host about universal health coverage as well.
Okay, and the winner is Medical Caravans IFMSA Morocco. So thank you so much to all the applications we received, and we hope that we can give more awards next time.
Hello? Hello? Yes. Congratulations to all of you that have received awards, and to all of those that have not received awards. Let's do like this. Yes, that's for all of us that did not receive awards. We appreciate your presence. With no further ado, we are going to see a video, a wrap-up of how the pre-GA and GA happened. I request you all to be attentive and enjoy this moment. I think the IT team is ready. Yes, they're coming. I'm requesting you all to be attentive and watch this beautiful video, a wrap-up of what we have been going through these days.
On behalf of the government of Rwanda, I welcome you to this 69th International Federation of Medical Student Association meeting in Kigali. You are welcome in Rwanda. I wish you a very warm welcome in Rwanda, a country of 1,000 hills.
I want to thank the IFMSA members for having decided to have Rwanda as the host of the 69th March General Assembly.
Always work as hard as you possibly can. It's hard work and humility that will allow you to create the social transformations in your countries and your regions of the world that will make a difference to the lives of the next generation of young people in your countries.
As a country, we are benefiting from the activity of trees planting as it is being done by this youth. But also, we are benefiting from sending the message into worldwide to ensure that they participate into tree planting to ensure environment protection.
During the March meeting, we have important decisions the Federation is making in terms of elections of the future leadership of the Federation, as well as the next organizing committee, and where will the next March meeting 2021 be happening.
The speciality for this March meeting 2020, first of all, is that it's happening in Rwanda for the first time, in the heart of Africa. With our value and culture, we as Rwandan know that Rwanda is the country which promotes or which protects environment.
It has been great thus far. We've been here for now a week or 10 days basically, and we've all been feeling very welcome by both the organizing committee and the staff here at the hotel.
This year was amazing, and I can't wait to see our younger brothers hosting something again, like in 5 years to come. So I can say, welcome back, IFMSA.
Puccini's elected president. IFMSA Macedonia is elected as host of March meeting 2021.
Another big round of applause for all our achievements, guys. Woo! This was truly a wonderful journey. And lastly, I would like to welcome the IFMSA president to close this ceremony. Welcome. A big round of applause.
Thank you. Well, there went my speech, basically. Yes, I prepared it earlier. I really want to thank everyone for attending this General Assembly. It's been a great pleasure to be here with all of you in the past 10 days. Exchange ideas, think about local actions, national, international actions. Think about what can we do as a federation. What is our impact? What is our role in the world? What do we want to achieve? And how do we want to achieve it? You've had the opportunity here to interact with each other, to exchange ideas, to learn new information about new topics, to meet new people, to understand a little bit better how the world functions in different corners of the world. We're here in Africa. It's been 3 years now since the last time IFMSA has been in Africa, and it's been a great pleasure to be here with the amazing organizing committee. Thank you, Claude, and everyone else from the organizing committee. You've done a splendid job. You overcome difficulties that many could not have predicted, many could not have overcome. You remain calm in terms of talking to everyone here, calmly explaining everything that is going on, providing solutions together with the hotel staff and hotel that's been amazing for us, providing solutions, and really appreciate everything you've done for us. Thank you as well all the partners that are here as well, that have assisted the organizing committee in making this event happen. And a couple of takeaway messages for you, because I understand that when I see around the room, everybody's basically almost asleep. And you have a flight to catch, and they have a post-GA to attend in 2 hours. So when you travel back home, and when you get your post-GA blues, think of all the people that you met here. Think of all the new faces, new personalities, new interests, creative thinking, problem-solving ability, outcome-oriented discussions, and anything else that might have happened during this General Assembly. I understand there were some parties. I personally attended maybe 2 of them, together with a lot of heads of delegations here. Thank you for your patience with us. And also, it's important to not forget the events that happened here. It's important that the outcomes of this General Assembly are not forgotten. It's important that everything that we've done here continues after the General Assembly, because our work is not only when we meet, our work is also throughout the entire year. Our work is every day. Every day IFMSA tries to make the world a better place, tries to make it an inclusive place, diverse place, a healthy place. Thank you for that. Thank you for working every day, dedicating time that others maybe do not want to, maybe do not have the ability, but you certainly do, because IFMSA, one of its greatest accomplishments, maybe it's not that it made the healthiest world, but it definitely is that it made students, healthcare students, a lot better. The understanding students, much better people, people that wherever they go, they will understand how precious the moments the moments that they find themselves in are, and you will appreciate all of this. Thank you. Oh, that's what happens when you improvise a speech. But yes, I've been talking a lot throughout the past days, so I'm cutting this a little bit shorter. And I want to, for the final time, introduce a group of people that you've seen running around, sitting also in the plenaries, all day, all night, not sleeping, sleeping maybe in the plenaries a little bit, but what can they do? That is the only place that they were able to be. They go outside of their rooms at 8 a.m. in the morning, have some breakfast, run to sessions room, go to the plenary, stay until 2, 3, and then go to the social program and back to the room then. So, without further ado, Vice President for Activities, Sanya Sakasrabude from MSI India. Our Vice President for Finances, Gabriela Diaz Cipriano Flores. No, Gabriela Jesus Cipriano Flores from IFMSA Peru took her flight home earlier. So we're continuing with Vice President for Members, Paulina Birla from IFMSA Poland. Our Vice President for External Affairs, Tarek Ezin from Associate Tunisia. Vice President for Capacity Building, Haider Nouri from IFMSA Iraq. Vice President for Public Relations and Communication, Saad Shaibi from IFMSA Morocco. Morocco rocking it tonight. Our Regional Director for Africa, Alistair Mukundiwa from Zimsa, Zimbabwe, also took his flight earlier tonight. Now, our Regional Director for Americas, Maria Jose Jaramillo Cartwright from AMP Ecuador. No longer ad interim, our Regional Director for Asia Pacific, Po Chin Lee from IFMSA Taiwan. Our Regional Director for EMR, Amr Hamani from IFMSA Morocco. Our Regional Director for Europe, Gita Mihucic from Slomsik, Slovenia. Our Director for Standing Committee on Medical Education, Maran Amzil from IFMSA Morocco again. Let's see if we can get it right. Our Director on the Standing Committee on Professional Exchange, Gabriela Diaz Silva Dutra Macedo. No assistant, thank you. IFMSA Brazil. Our Director on Standing Committee on Public Health, Sarah Maito from Msaki, Kenya. Our Director for Research Exchange, Mathieu Pierre from BEMSA, Belgium. Our Director on Standing Committee for Human Rights and Peace, Mahmoud Abdul Amir from IFMSA Egypt. Also earlier last night, our Director on Standing Committee of Sexual and Reproductive Health and Right, Laura Lalucat Garcia Valdez from AIX Catalonia took her flight. So continuing with our liaison officers, our liaison officer to student organizations, Saad Wakas from IFMSA Morocco. All right, this is a long name for a position. Our liaison officer for sexual and reproductive health issues, including health and rights issues, including HIV and AIDS, Eglė Janušonytė from IFMSA Lithuania. Our liaison officer for human rights and peace issues, Tami Yu from IFMSA Taiwan. Our liaison officer to World Health Organization, Katja Čič from Slomsik, Slovenia. Earlier yesterday, our liaison officer for public health issues, Omnia El Omrani from IFMSA Egypt, also took her flight. And our liaison officer for medical education issues, Ala Dafala from Medicine Sudan, was unable to make it to this General Assembly. Last but not least, people who've helped us a lot throughout this General Assembly, supported us, supported the organizing committee, our supervising council, Jan Schenk from BVMD Germany. Hanna Lucev from Kromsy, Croatia. And mentioning two supervising councillors that were not here, Firas Yassin from Leipzig, Lebanon. Then Satya Nur Shaban from Chimsa, Indonesia. Thank you, I can finally pronounce the name correctly. And we also elected another supervising council member, Sane De Vite from IFMSA Netherlands. Together with them, we had an amazing group of people that assisted them, the sessions teams, the international assistants, program coordinators, program representatives, as well as plenary team members and all other volunteers that helped us. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for making this experience great for everyone else here and assisting us in all of our preparations. Can we get a round of applause for all of them? So, we are still not done. Please take your seats. There's another very important person that needs to speak. Although, as I told you, no one is more important than anyone else here in this room. However, throughout this General Assembly, you also discussed new faces of the Federation, the new leadership. You elected a person that I consider a great friend, a person whose contribution, care, and dedication to the region brought him much love and appreciation in Asia Pacific. I truly hope that our friend here will achieve the same for the Federation as a whole. Without further ado, President-elect for the term 2020-2001, Po Chin Lee from IFMSA Taiwan.
Good evening, everyone. I think it's a long line already, so I will make it as short as possible. First of all, I would like to thank Nebosha and his EB in office. Thank you for already gathering us, the EB elect, and start the handover processes and some important reminders. I would also like to thank Yang and Hannah for some important notice, and we believe in the future we'll need many of your consultations. I would like to say to my Felix Tio, that you are the role models of all the candidates, regardless of elected or not. You are the reason we run. We want to be the team of officials like you. We want to have a team of officials like you. Thank you very much for setting a good example we have. And I also want to thank NMO for making a courageous decision to choose a person from a country that is currently not recognized by most of your own governments. IFMSA have been working hardly to pursue our dreams. We believe that with all our passions and all our hard work, we can change the world into the way we want it to be. We have talked a lot about regional representation, gender empowerment a lot in the past few years, and you made it. You made it in the latest election result, from forming executive board members of 7 people into 4 ladies and 3 gentlemen from all the 5 regions within IFMSA. I congratulate for your decision on this. Now it's time for me to call on this person to officially introduce them as your future leadership generations. Start with Vice President of Activity-elect, Rosanne Saint-Pierre-Allon from IFMSA Quebec. Vice President for Finance-elect, Gabriela de Jesus Cipriano Flores from IFMSA Peru, who has already taken her flight. Also Vice President for Members-elect, Alistair Mukondiva from Zimsa, Zimbabwe, who also has taken his flights away. Next, the Vice President for External Affairs, Egle Janushonyude from Limsa, Lithuania. I would love to also introduce Vice President for Capacity Building, Lucia Aunon from IFMSA Spain. Last but not least, I would love to introduce Vice President for Public Relations and Communication elect. This is a bit harder. So, Mohamed El Lamin Youssef Ali from Lusuk, Algeria. As EB elect, on behalf of them, I would love to thank the OC again for the amazing hard work. Would also love to congratulate Macedonia for your latest election. Good luck, Panama. We will see you in Panama, and we look forward to receive many beautiful candidatures for team officials in August. For the next period, we will be working hardly to observe and to get ourselves prepared and ready to serve this federation. In the past few days, speaking on my own behalf and also on these beautiful people's behalf, we received tremendous support from every animals, regardless of your position as an animal president or general members. At this moment, I would like to invite you to give our support you have posted on us to the team of officials and executive board currently on office. We have received your support, but they also need it in the next period and their services in the future term. I thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed the night, and safe flight back to your home. We will see each other very soon. Thank you. And I think I should invite Nebosha back to stage again for closing this ceremony officially. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Pochin, for introducing your team. I know everyone is tired, and I will only echo the message Pochin said at the end. Have a safe flight back home. Enjoy Rwanda. If you're staying here, enjoy your trip. Enjoy the country. Traveling to different destinations where General Assemblies of IFMSA are held is one of the greatest perks, I believe, because you learn so much on your trips I understood after I got engaged in IFMSA that this was one of the greatest benefits and one of the most important things that I had to do, to go around the country, learn the culture, learn how life works in another place, get all the skills, get all the different messages that they're sharing. Enjoy your stay here. Have a safe flight home.
Yes.
Social program. Hello? Yeah, we're done.